Fred your grandpa?
Yeah.
Hello, paranormal investigators in northern Minnesota fans. Tonight we are here at the Boyd House in Boyd, Minnesota. We have a special guest that we would like to bring out on camera tonight, Mr. Fred Eckhardt III, correct?
Yes.
Correct. All right. So you are the grandson of Fred Eckhardt and Fred and Minnie that used to live here, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Built the house.
Of the house. Or built the house?
Yeah.
Oh, so they built the house. Okay, I've been
Built
trying
the
to figure out
house.
who actually built the house.
Well, I don't know the carpenter, but my grandfather had a carpenter to build the house.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I would say about 1913.
That makes sense because it was 1912.
Maybe a little later. I don't know what the abstract would say.
Okay.
But the railroad, formerly owned this land, was owned by the railroad at one time.
1884, we found out how far back it went.
Yes?
Yep, 1884.
84. That's when the railroad came through Boyd.
Yep, in 1884. So that was very interesting to get all the details, but we didn't know exactly that Fred inspired to build the house. We didn't know who actually built it, so that's a really shocker. Thank you so much for actually giving us more information that we've been looking for. So get some more information so we can build our documentary that we're trying to start in May. So the other questions we had for you tonight is, are you originally from Boyd, Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay.
I was born in Montevideo,
Okay.
and my folks lived in Boyd, right across the street.
Oh, nice. So it literally, is that actually like?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was called the Kuhlman House.
I'm actually not familiar from this area, so I haven't been around yet. But
well, I'm the Boyd historian.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good because then you know more about Boyd than we do. That's good.
Yes.
So we already figured out how you're related to Fred. Have you met or been around Minnie?
Yes.
Do you know if she actually also passed away in the home?
Yes.
She did. Okay. People were talking about there was also a Mary. After Fred and Minnie owned, it was another owner that came in. She was an older lady.
Yes.
They said that she also passed away in the living room.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
But there was Eureka lived here at one time.
Okay.
Bought the house from the Fred Eckhardt estate. It was Eureka Hartfield, and she was from Austria. And there's quite a story there what happened here.
Yes, actually, Stephanie wanted us to actually bring that up. We wanted to talk to you about that.
She was a doctor's wife from Austria, and they came over here, and he was a doctor in Montevideo. Well, then he passed away and bought this house from the estate sale in 58 or 9 when I was in the Army. And she was supposed to have had a Ming vase or vase. It was in here in the house, and 2 men came to town in the mid-60s and supposedly stole the vase and tied up the 2 ladies and put them in a closet. And as far as I know, they were never apprehended. The vase never came up. But it's supposed to have been a valuable Ming vase from China.
Oh.
It ended up in Austria and came over to Boyd here. This Austrian lady.
Okay. That explains the 2 chairs that are sitting in Stephanie's at the city hall here.
A little bit of a story involved, but I won't say any more.
I mean, that's a very interesting story, but also sad too. I mean, so those people that came to steal that vase, they must have knew about that vase?
Somebody knew about it.
Okay, so it was probably an inside job. More to say so. In the 70s, roughly?
It was in the 60s, late 60s.
Okay.
Somebody knew somebody.
Interesting.
Some of my relatives suspected somebody.
Wow. That's a lot of history that I wasn't here for, so that's really...
Okay.
That's
I was out of town when it happened. I think I was I don't know where it was.
So Fred also had a sister, Louise.
Had a couple sisters.
Couple sisters?
Yes.
Is Louise, is that the one that's still living?
Louise is my sister.
Oh, that's your sister.
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, I'm still trying to
Yes.
get the names correct because Stephanie showed me a picture. Graduated from the high school.
Yes, that's my sister.
Oh, that's your sister.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, perfect. So now I know
Yes.
who that is. I thought that when she was pointing it out, I thought I was like, wait a minute, that don't add up with the dates. But with the 1958, with your grandfather passing, as it says on the picture up in his room with 1958.
No, I think he died in 57.
57.
And the option was 58 or 59 of this estate because I was in the Army at the time and I missed the auction. And there was some stuff, family stuff I'd like to purchase, but I was not around.
Is there anything in this house that's still here to this day? That was.
I don't know. I doubt if there's anything left in here from the Eckhardt estate
Okay.
because it's been changed around.
I was gonna say they painted the walls. It looks like they took
Yeah,
out windows.
that's all new there. There was pillars, a couple nice pillars there, and that room has been taken. That was a bedroom.
Oh, that explains.
That
the
was a
closet.
bedroom. That's where Fred and Minnie died, in a bedroom there. Yes.
Oh, okay.
The door was kind of to the right there, and that's where they died. That was not the master bedroom though. Master bedroom was upstairs, but I think that's where they died in 56 and 57 maybe. Fred and Minnie died.
So Minnie died first.
And two children supposedly died in here someplace too.
Oh.
One may have choked on food, and the other one I don't know.
Would it Lucas? Because there's an 8 to 10-year-old boy that's up in the attic.
No, they were 10. They were 2, 3 years old.
Okay,
or
so-
so. They're buried out here in the cemetery, Tyrell Cemetery, south and west of Boyd. Anybody been to the cemetery?
Actually, yes, we were
Yeah.
we're Oscar and Alfred Eckhart.
No. That's the Boyd Cemetery.
Okay.
This is the Tyrell Cemetery.
Oh no, we haven't been out there.
Go to the Tyrell Cemetery. That is be south of Boyd to Highway 67, and you turn right there, and you go west 3 or 4 miles, and there'll be a sign. You can see the church from Highway 67, and cemetery there. There'll be Eckhart's buried there.
By any chance, is that where Fred and Minnie are?
Yes, and the two children.
That's the missing puzzle we've been looking for.
Oh.
We've been trying to find Fred and Minnie this whole time because we really want to communicate and talk to them.
Yes.
Because we want to understand their life, how they had it back then, and we just want to bring it to our fans because there's people out there that don't believe in the paranormal, and we're trying to kind of semi-ease that up a little bit by giving them live documentation of spirits do exist in our life. Have you had any paranormal experiences in your past at all?
No.
No? Okay. Just want to make sure. Are you a believer or?
That's okay.
Spectacle.
No. You're just like your
I'm
cameraman.
the same way.
He's the same way.
I
He's learning.
I've read some ghost story books.
Okay.
Minnesota books I've read on ghosts in Minnesota.
Oh, see, he knows
They're in
places
the
that we
Montgomery
don't.
Library.
Oh, see, he knows places that we don't know.
I don't know who published them.
Okay.
But 2, 3 anyway.
That's
Um,
a start.
I read a lot,
Yeah.
and I know I read ghost books of supposedly in Minnesota.
So different places in Minnesota that are haunted.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least that's a start. I mean, we're not trying to pressure anything. We just want to know more about you. That's all.
Yes.
So that's why we ask questions and trying to get further.
Okay.
I see that you. It looks like you brought some kind of. I don't know.
Well,
if
I'm the
that's-
Boyd historian, and I brought some pictures of Boyd and some photos of the house and family.
Oh, wow.
So
that
we
lived
get to actually
here.
see the house how it used to look.
Yes,
Oh yes.
not inside, but the outside.
The outside. So they changed it to outside too. Then, the outside of the house.
Well, it's what I have here. Yes.
So they really changed the house.
It's been changed inside here. There were two nice pillars there, and there was like I say, that was a bedroom.
Okay.
That's how our house.
See that? I didn't think that was the
We
big.
have pillars right here, and they're like bookshelves kind of attached to the pillars.
They were brown wood pillars.
That explains.
So they opened this room up. I don't know who. Maybe the Hansons opened this. That were the third owners of the house.
Karen.
The ones that came and talked.
Yeah, it was it by any chance?
Wayne Hanson.
It was two ladies.
Kids, couple of daughters.
Ladies.
Yeah, it was I think Karen or
I can't remember.
I don't remember. She said her name. Stephanie told us who it was. It was good friends of hers that came by that used to live here and owned the house.
Oh, that was the daughters.
And the mom.
Hanson daughters. Who?
And the mom. It was the mom.
And the mom. Like it was like the actual. It was
All
three of them. Like the kids and their mom.
Well, I would know them. I just can't think of who it is.
I
Yeah,
can't
they
think of
just
her
showed
name.
up
Anna?
when we were on
Kathy.
our-
Kathy.
Yes.
That's Wayne's wife.
Oh, okay.
That's Wayne Hanson's wife, Kathy Hanson,
Yep.
and she had two daughters.
Yep. That's the other two that
Okay.
were with her. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're twins.
Yep. The one that used to live in the basement room that was added on. There was a room in the basement added on by the
Maybe it was. Okay.
laundry area. Okay, that explains a lot. So yeah, that
Mhm.
okay. So they did do a lot of renovation. I kind of figured because it looks like there used to be a door or a window right behind you, because there's like a big patch on the wall.
Could be.
It looks like the size of this window right here.
Oh.
So it looks like there used to be a window looking out on the porch.
Yes, there was a window here.
Oh, okay, so you were right.
I told you.
Yes, there was a window here.
Okay. And then
Quite sure.
do you know what was probably right here? Because if you look underneath the carpet, there's like a rectangular square that looks like something was on top of it.
It could have been a furnace heater.
That would explain.
Yes,
this.
I think there was furnace grate. I think there was one over there someplace, and it could have been a furnace grate.
Like those.
That explains.
See, yeah, there would have been one up there too, but for the heat to go up to the upstairs.
So that.
There, like that. Mm-hmm. Only it was there, maybe it could have been 2 foot square, maybe. Something like that. There was one or two over there. That was the dining room, and this was the living room.
Oh, so living room, dining room,
Yes,
and bedroom.
bedroom.
And then that was always the
That
kitchen.
was always the kitchen.
Okay, and this was always the
This
foyer.
was always,
Or
yes,
the walk and then the mudroom
Mhm.
kind of. Okay.
kind of a dual stairway.
Our house where I grew
So I wonder if any of the rooms upstairs have ever changed then.
I don't know. I haven't been up there since the house was sold. I could go up there and I could walk around and see if
I mean,
anything changed.
would you be interested and want to
Sure.
take a tour
I
of
could
the
go
house?
upstairs
Okay.
and see if anything has been changed.
Yeah, we would like to do that before we answer
Okay.
come up more questions, and then we can go through.
Yes, but
You're,
I'm here.
Fred's being our historian for Boyd today, so that's good. So we can at least. I'm gonna carry this around with me. Are you gonna carry yours?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you would like to take a tour, so we can
Okay.
see if anything else has changed. All right, and then lights.
Okay, here was a nice antique chair. Is there a light here? Yes, that was there.
Okay, so an antique
Mhm.
chair.
Chair, I don't know his name for him. Then there was a nice coat rack or something hanging here, around here too, someplace. Could have been there. Yeah, this is the stairway going up.
Yep.
Okay,
And then I'll turn the light switch on for you. So you
Okay.
can,
yes, this.
oh, there you go. All right, guys, we're just getting a tour
On
really
this
quick.
stairway in about 1940, my grandmother came out of the master bedroom and she walked too far. Instead of going into the bedroom, imagine the house is dark, and she rolled down these steps here, and I know she busted it up herself. I was only about 5 years old about the time, I remember that, where she had a broken arm and her face was all bruised up.
Oh
I
no.
remember that. That's the stairway.
Yep,
This,
the attic.
That.
And then the light switch should be to your left.
Okay.
This room doesn't really get touched with much.
This may have been changed a little bit. Very little, if any.
That's also another question we were going to talk about is Boyd girls from 1910 and their dolls. Is there any history that you know about that at all?
I've seen this picture before, but I know nothing about it. It looks no relatives that I know of. I've seen it before. I don't think it's any relatives. At one time, I had about 50 relatives in Boyd on my mother's side and my dad's side. But I don't think anybody can identify them if I can't. Too bad, too bad.
Yes, because that picture,
Yeah,
ever since I came here, I've been always like
yeah.
trying to figure out like, is that because they're saying the name of a girl named Bridget that likes to come, she comes out of her, likes to come out of the closet a lot and play with everybody that comes around that comes here.
I've not familiar with the name Bridget and Boyd at all. A Bridget name, no.
Okay.
No relative. I have a list of all the Boyd graduates, and there's no Bridget on there as far as I know.
Okay.
I don't know any Bridget. I'm not familiar with this little room here at all, but it's a closet. And something's been changed here. I just don't know what.
Looks like
Okay, electric heat. Yeah, I don't recognize. Something changed here. I just don't know what. This is kind of was never heated.
Yeah,
But,
they never have the door open
was,
either.
But I know this was. Yeah, it's okay. That's the highlight of it. This room here.
Oh yeah, where's the light switch on this one? Oh, right here. There you go. Oh yeah, this is the room that they say the Bridget girl likes to come out of this closet. But I haven't. I mean, we have captured an apparition of a child in the doorway, but we just don't know what child that would be.
No. This must have been one of the bedrooms. I'm not familiar with a Bridget, but
Okay.
would be connected with this at all.
Do you know
No.
the children that did unfortunately pass away in the home? No.
No.
Okay.
No Bridget.
Okay. Yeah, they changed a lot of rooms. They changed a lot of the house over the years.
This room here? No. I didn't realize the bedrooms were this small, but for the family, it had to be this many bedrooms.
Yeah, because how many lived in this house?
This was the master bedroom.
Okay, so I
Right here. Yeah. That goes out to the porch.
Which they took off that porch, or somebody did. Because that porch don't work.
Oh, does it?
No, that door, they put that bed in front of that door and there's no porch out there anymore.
Okay. That goes off to that little porch.
So remember, guys, last time we were here, we were trying to figure out where that door went. Now it's verified. It's a porch.
It's a porch, yes it is. Right over the step, the back steps.
Okay, that makes sense.
See, there's one of those heat vents, closets.
Is that address by any chance related to Minnie? By any chance? I'm just curious because I didn't know there was a dress in there.
Oh,
I never
no,
opened that closet because I mean it kind of fits that era of clothing attire. It looks too new, to be honest.
No, I know nothing about that dress.
Because there's that picture that we always been trying to figure out with the date in it that
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the picture that shows the date of lived in the house in 1912. Fred died in the house in 1958.
I wonder where that came from. I've never seen that photo. I'll have to get a copy of that.
I will ask Jill.
Yes.
I will talk to Jill. I'm pretty sure Jill's watching right now. If not, I will definitely get a hold of Jill and ask her about a picture that I'm pretty sure I can make that happen for you.
Where did they get that?
So weird seeing it for the first time.
So that's the first time you ever seen that photo.
I don't recall seeing that. Could have been taken about 1900, something like that, or earlier.
Is that by any chance the pillar you're talking about? In the background? It looks like there's a pillar. In the
This was taken before that. This photo was earlier, I think. That was taken something. That was very likely taken in a Photoshop someplace. Possibly Boyd or Blue Earth or Iowa where they lived.
Oh, so they lived in Iowa
I don't
too?
think that's taken in this house.
Okay, so that was taken
I'm
somewhere.
quite sure of that.
Okay.
No, that's a different.
Hey, Jillian, England Paranormal.
What does it say? What does this say? I can't read it.
Fred and Minnie Eckhardt lived in here. It lived in the house in 1912. Fred died in the house 1958.
That would take added after the photo, I believe.
Well, there you go, guys. Found something new
Here's
today.
the bathroom, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing gets our toes all the time. I don't know why that's like that. It drives me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
The thing, yeah. There's a lip down
Just
there,
for
guys.
the plumbing, yeah.
And then this is always what kind of. I always wondered what this was. Was this an add-on?
Just a little storage room
Oh, okay, so just the storage.
over the. Must be over the pantry. Possibly. Well, here's the light here.
Yeah.
Just a little storage room.
Okay, so just
There's a light there. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just so you guys all can see that. We are in Boyd, Minnesota at the Boyd House. There's a house out in Boyd that's famously known for being haunted. All right, so pretty much the upstairs really kind of still the same without all the changes.
This had upstairs has been changed. Yeah, here's storage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this goes up to the attic. Mm-hmm. Yep, stairway goes around to the right.
And did they use that for more storage, the attic? Or was it a bedroom? Because I'm curious on where Luke came from.
I don't think anybody slept up there unless they had a house full of company
True.
and somebody slept up there. Otherwise, it was just storage that way.
All right. Perfect. Well, that's at least upstairs. And we'll let you go ahead and go first. And then if you want to take a tour of the basement, that's the other
Okay.
part to see if anything has changed down there. And then we pretty much did the whole tour of the whole house. They should have more lights on
I'll
this
put my
side.
shoes on when you go down the basement.
Yeah, because down there it's kind of
Yeah.
really cold floors. Yes, the house is very beautiful, Lisa.
Hidden over here.
And yes, the basement is a good place. That's where we had a lot of activity last night. All right, and then we'll be back. Alrighty. Sorry, guys, for all the earthquakes. I just have you guys on a normal tripod. I didn't bring my gimbal this time, so it wouldn't be stabilized like I wanted it to be.
Did Minnie know how to play the piano?
Thank you so much, Three Souls
As far
Paranormal,
as
for
I
coming
know,
in.
no. No instruments.
Lean,
Although,
wow, they changed the whole house.
Yes,
Spirits don't
they
like
did
that.
play in
Yes, it's
band.
true. They do not like house
we had
changes.
2-3 bands at the time. My dad played
Except
drums
for,
at
I
the
guess,
time,
if Fred and Minnie has
and
been
we
in
had
contact
2
with Jill,
sisters.
they said
Maybe played the
that
saxophone or clarinet.
they actually liked the new changes that Jill has done to the house so far.
Nor
So,
photograph.
and she has EVPs. If you guys ever want to check those out, make sure to go to St. Croix Paranormal on Facebook. They will have videos up there for you guys to take a look at. Thank you so much for sharing us. We
Because there
will
were
make
no
sure we'll share
radios
you too.
then, and why would there be a phonograph? Don't know. Can't answer that.
Alrighty.
This I don't recall.
Oh,
Here, the storage.
oh, that little storage area.
Yeah, I don't recall that.
So it's been a little add-on.
The whole basement was changed around because when Hanson owned this, he was a cement man, and he lifted the house up about 4 foot and changed the whole basement around because there was water in here.
That explains the marks on the floor then.
Yes. See, it's a whole new, you might say. But I don't know, it could be. Yeah, that's all new. I don't recall that at all. Yeah.
So they changed the basement dramatically.
Yes, they changed the basement maybe in 90s, maybe. Yeah, this is, yeah. Wayne Hanson, that would be that Kathy that was here with her 2 daughters, and they would know. Yeah, this is all.
And then I think this is, oh, no. Oh. Check for all the light switches.
Yeah, the daughters must have had, had the basement room here.
I don't think they, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a furnace
Yeah,
switch.
this is all different.
Okay, so the whole basement has
The whole
been,
basement is all different. I can tell you nothing about this basement from the old basement.
so that was never there.
This was just out here, the old furnace, the old coal furnace, I suppose, over here someplace.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Fuel and, yeah, that's all. Yeah, the furnace is all different. Basement's all different. These windows weren't here. Yeah, it's completely changed here.
Well, there you guys go. You heard it. You heard it first.
Yeah, here's the door. That's always been here.
Okay, so that door's always
That
been,
door has always been there, yes.
okay. And then this kitchen is still just the way it was.
Pretty much so, yes. A big pantry there on the right.
Yeah,
That was a pantry.
Oh, so that's where they stored the food.
Yes.
Oh,
That-
okay.
yes. That was my grandmother's pantry.
Oh, and they even had a window.
See?
Oh, there's a window. Oh, I didn't even know there was a window in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can remember going in there when I was just a little boy in the pantry. The stove was over there someplace.
So they did have a stove at one. Okay.
Yes, there was a stove there. I don't know, gas. The electric stove was there someplace. There was a sink here, I think. I think there was a sink.
So that was added on?
Or was it here? Yeah, it must have been here, then a sink. Right.
It was a small kitchen, I'm not gonna lie.
That
compared
wasn't
to-
there, that's.
Yes, the pantry is really cool. I actually
Yeah,
didn't know about the window.
This was the pantry, definitely.
Awesome. Yes, the
The
pantry is
refrigerator
huge.
must have been over there where that small one is now. It had to have been there.
It would make sense, and then that was probably a dishwasher,
There was no dishwasher.
or not dishwasher. What am I thinking?
The
Oh my god!
dishwasher was the
Oh,
lady
actually
in the
no.
house.
What's that one that?
Yes.
No, they had dishwashers back then. The ones that you had to do by hand, though.
That was not dishwasher, that was washing machines.
Oh,
Clothes
oh,
washing machines.
oh, okay. Those are clothes washing
Those
machines.
are clothes washing machines.
I was close, I guess.
Yeah, you were far off.
Ah, he got me, guys. He got me.
Something like this was never here as far as I know.
No, she just brought that in.
Okay.
Yep, she brought it. I guess she's been hearing that play without it even being ever plugged in. Would that explain anything musical with Minnie at all? Like,
Minnie didn't play the piano.
oh, Minnie never played piano?
No.
So who?
I'm sure there was no piano in this house.
So
There
that
wouldn't be any room, right?
you're gonna watch this.
And I don't, like I told you, I don't recall a photograph. At all.
Okay, so that. So they've been. Would any songs, if I brought up a song to you, would any songs remind you or remember? Would you
A
remember?
song?
Yes, that Minnie sang to one of the children.
No.
Okay, because we heard one through that vent, the first time we ever came, singing "Somewhere Over the Rainbow," and that's an old song. So we're kind of curious if that has that time frame.
See, Over the Rainbow, that was,
I don't think that was that.
Judy Garland sang that, didn't she?
Yeah.
In The Wizard of Oz?
Yep.
And what year did The Wizard of Oz come out?
50s, 60s, I believe.
Hey Siri, when did The Wizard of Oz first come out?
Which one? Here are some options.
Ooh.
The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy and
Either
the Wizard
book.
of Oz.
Oh,
Nick?
The Wizard of
1939.
Oz was released
39?
August 12th,
Yes.
1939.
Yep, 1939.
Yeah, Judy Garland, Frank Morgan, Ray, whatever. Wow. I
No
didn't realize
connection.
Okay.
The youngest daughter graduated from Boyd High School here in 39 or 40 and would be singing Over the Rainbow to a high school girl. No connection there.
They've been saying that this house has been more of a open revolving door for spirits because of the railroad. Would you believe that there could have been other spirits using it as a passage, like because they say with the railroads they use them as passages.
You're talking to us.
No. The only thing I can recall, my dad said they had a cow, and the cow broke loose, dragging the stake, and it got caught on the railroad track. The train came along and killed the cow.
Oh, no.
Bummer.
Oh,
It could be a spirit with a cow anyway.
actually, I'm not gonna lie. It might sound funny, but me and my wife actually think we have captured and are seen a apparition of a cow because they actually had a cow butchered, and then they had it in their freezer right in the same room that they pretty much slept in the freezer.
Not here, though.
Not here, but
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
just saying
I
in
thought you were
general. Like,
talking here.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, my grandfather was a butcher. We had a general store here in town,
yes,
and he was a butcher.
Eckhart
And
General
a meat
Store.
market and general store.
That's it. That's the one that I read in the book. They had the Boyd book.
Yes, that should be around here someplace.
Yep, we actually got a couple copies
Yep.
of
There
it.
there should be 2 copies here.
Yep, there's one on there.
That stay with the house. Got
Yeah.
a yellow or gold colored
Yep,
Boyd Centennial book.
and there's a lot in there that I actually looked at the pictures
Okay.
of the general store. That's actually pretty cool. Do you?
Yes,
What building was that in?
where the gentleman's club is now.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes. And we had that, and then a store right south of it is a blank, it's empty space there now. That was the Eckhart General Store from about 1909, say. Something like that.
Okay.
It was sold in 1965.
1965. That makes sense. Okay. So then,
But as far as connection with except the railroad owned this land, like you said.
Yep.
I've heard that too.
yep, I
It's a
read
water
on
from
that
the
one.
railroad.
Okay, so that explains a lot. So then, this house was never here when the railroad. So was
No, it was all open prairie when the railroad came through here in
First century.
1864.
okay.
The railroad was heading for California and Canada, but it ran out of money and time.
Okay.
Made it as far as Missouri River and the other side of Aberdeen, Minneapolis and St. Louis Railroad.
So this railroad right now, they don't ever use it.
Use?
Yeah, do they use it?
Oh,
still?
yes.
Oh, they still use it.
Train
Okay.
came through here today
Oh, I didn't wasn't even. I think were we?
or yesterday,
Where
whatever.
was that?
Yeah.
I must
There's
have
a
been
big
at the.
soybean plant over here, Dawson.
I actually heard about that too. Was there another plant that used to be there that actually caught on fire? I heard something about caught on fire or fell.
Couple flour mills in Boyd have had fires. That'll be in that history book.
That's actually what I. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I remember bringing that up. Okay.
Rye flour they produced,
Oh, that. Ooh,
but
that's-
no connection with this house.
Okay. So was this the first house that was ever built in this town?
No,
No.
no. See, like I said, this wasn't built until about 1915 or so.
Okay. So then.
And the first oldest house,
That lady,
When-
that little old lady lives in the first house, she said. Remember that little lady that came out here and was talking to us? She said she lived in the oldest house in Boyd.
I wonder if that's the one that we drove by today that looked a little
It's like she's a little tiny little tot.
it's like a
Older.
really old it looks really old. The house that we seen down here, it's like a gray.
I don't know about the house, but I know about the lady.
I do not know the oldest house in Boyd.
Okay. Because that's another one that would be another interesting part. And do you know anything about the native or supposed there's a burial ground? Native burial ground on the other side of the tracks?
No.
No? Okay, so that's not
No.
true. Okay, so everybody heard it right there. That's not true. We just wanted to verify things because we were
You
told
heard
that
that?
the very first time we came here.
We were trying to find it. Some guy told me to go down here and go around the curve, and it's off.
There was a guy
into
that rides a scooter or some kind of scooter around town.
Oh, okay.
a
Nah.
little bike guy.
Or a bike guy, yeah.
Yeah, his mom lives here, so he doesn't really live here.
Oh, it's his mom that
His
does?
mom does.
Okay.
Yeah, he was just
He comes to
visiting.
visit.
Okay, that makes
A
sense.
burial ground, a cemetery?
Yeah, that was just
It's not-
all, it's not really a cemetery, it's kind of a mound where they put all the Native Americans together.
But what?
What did he say?
dump ground out in,
It's like, so when you go over the railroad tracks, it's like literally right on the left hand side, and it's a big, big hill. Like it looks like an Indian burial ground.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The guy that told us, he told us to go out this way and go around the curve. And then there was like some,
Was that north of Boyd?
yeah, like with the trees, like acreages of trees that's out in the middle of a field. And he said that was.
No.
Okay,
Because
so
we were looking for it, because we were driving all over the place. And I'm
3
like,
miles north of Boyd. No.
okay, so no, okay.
It was a gravel pit there at one time.
Ah.
Maybe dump some old rocks there and
Bodies under it.
no.
No. Okay, so thank you for
As far as I
verifying.
know, there's no Indian mounds in the Boyd area.
Okay, so is this area still part with the Sioux tribe? The Sioux Native Americans?
Yes, this was an Indian reservation at one time.
That explains the word that we cut on our Sacagawean or
that sounds right.
Sacagawean.
Right, you go just a mile west of Boyd, you can still see a line there, which was part of the reservation line. Just west of the cemetery, it runs at an angle. The Indian reservation was 15 miles or so from the Minnesota River.
Okay.
And the year was established, and done away with, I do not know.
Okay. Wow.
But this was in an Indian reservation at one time, be the Upper Sioux maybe.
So that probably explains why they
That was
say.
before the railroad came in?
Before the railroad came, yes. That'd be before 1884 then.
That explains why they call it the railroad to the unknown. Boyd, Minnesota, the Boyd House. There's actually an image that Jill did here for this place, and it's the railroad to the unknown. Because nobody understands why this place is haunted. Nobody still knows why. Like they still want to figure it out why.
Yes.
Is it? Well, is it due to the railroad, or is it due to the land because of the Sioux Native tribe, the Upper Sioux?
Or is it Fred and
Or
Minnie
is it
that was
just Fred and
standing up
Minnie
in
that
the-
are still
in the
here with the
window?
kids? That's what we're all here to figure out. And when we've been asking Fred if he would be able to communicate with us, all our devices go off every single time.
I
Did you
don't
tell
think
him about
there's
the
any
cards?
Indian connection,
Whatever on the
well,
phone?
Native American,
Did you tell him about the
and
cards?
railroad connection.
Okay,
I don't think so.
so you don't think there's no connection with
I've
that?
never,
Okay.
that cow that I just hit the cow, that's the only
Most
connection I can, with this house. There was no railroad agent or any railroad personnel ever lived in this house,
Okay.
or family, or anything.
Anything to do with the railroad at all?
No.
Okay. It just so happens that the house was built right next to the railroad.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Railroad owned this at one time.
Okay.
Yes.
This was taken in front of the house.
Oh, she has photos.
That's part of the house. I don't know what that is there. But...
Yeah, that's when she.
Oh, it could be for sale sign.
She had just sold it.
Oh, okay.
So somebody took a picture, and then they were looking in the windows. There's a face right there.
No.
Love it.
Just frosted. No, it was summertime. It was just windows steamed up.
I love your comedian like.
That's what my
comedy.
husband
Yeah,
says too.
So we really appreciate you coming down here and telling us a lot about the history of this home. What was your childhood like living here?
Well, like I say, I was born in Montevideo, lived here all the time. I lived in Minneapolis a couple of times, in Mankato, in the Army, but I could come here for family reunions, Christmas, and sometimes my grandparents babysat for me and my sister and I when they went someplace.
Okay.
So I have slept in this house.
So you have slept here. Okay.
Yes. And I was always afraid of fire in this house for some reason. I don't know. That's me. I was maybe 3, 5, 6 years old. Afraid of fire here. And I can't explain that.
We had an odd smell today that smelled like a fire.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
something was
It's
burning.
like something was
was on
burning.
fire.
We had a smell today, right in this little walkway.
And it was
Yes.
out here too. 'cause
It was
I didn't like it. and I
You know
sprayed.
what a hair smells like when it catches on fire? Kind
Yes.
of. That's what we smelled.
Yep.
There was never a beauty technician or barber or anybody that had anything to do with hair, as far as I know.
Maybe it was the smell of the cow after the train hit
Well,
it.
Burning.
yeah,
Burning hair.
yes.
The cow
But then-
came
but
back.
Then the smell went away.
And it
It
literally
just-
just went away after we
just
acknowledged
disappeared.
it.
Yeah.
My grandfather must have smoked a pipe because there was a pipe stand, kind of a fancy, nice pipe stand there.
Oh, right, like
It was, well, right beside those pillars there someplace. I think he got that as a Christmas present from one of the daughters, but I don't remember him smoking a pipe very much, if any. Cigarette, no, nor cigar.
oh,
And there was a real nice radio there too. Oh, almost as big as that was there someplace.
man.
Unusual radio with a flat top and some knobs that I would play with when I was 5, 6, 7 years old.
See, I'm just trying to visualize.
Yep, me too.
I'm like literally sitting here, like I can literally kind of see where you're talking about where things are put, and I can literally just visualize everything just being
Mm-hmm.
here. So I'm guessing these floors are obviously original.
See, it
Yeah.
came out almost about that height as that table there, and maybe didn't come out quite that far. And I think the pillars were on a counter there. The pillars weren't on the floor, if I recall right.
That would explain this would be like a little.
I feel like it was like
It wouldn't be called a shelf, but it looked like that, and the pillar was on
on top of it.
On top of it,
counter on that. Yes.
and this was closed, or was that open underneath?
That I don't recall.
Okay, so it probably was
I
all the way
would
down.
say it would maybe be open for storage of some kind. Magazines?
Oh, see, that would be cool to still see. I wish there was.
Yes.
But at least there might be. At least we get to see pictures and stuff of how everything used to look. Not
Yeah.
maybe not inside, but maybe outside.
Because I remember coming over here, my grandfather had a subscription to Life magazine. And I always look at the Life magazines. Any connection there of anything?
Wait a minute. Actually,
I don't think he got Collier's or Post, but Life. In the 40s.
I did have a. Oh my god. I did have a like the second time we came here. Or what? Yeah, second time, right? No, first time. First time I had a EVP, not on the digital recorder, but on our, like you guys with our phones, with our, it says the word magazine.
There was a magazine rack and the radio and a small pipe stand there someplace. How about card playing?
That's what knocked the car
Okay.
off the table.
Okay, that's what we want to talk to you about. Basement. That table, we were sitting down there wanting to play poker or blackjack. We had a card sitting on the edge of the thing. No draft, no wind, no nothing was down there, so nothing. We even did this kind of in front of it. The card would not fall down whatsoever. Susie asked if you want to play poker. Nothing, with no response. We talked for a little bit. Then I asked, or we can play blackjack and literally the card just went on the floor.
There was no gambling in this house, but my grandmother liked to play whist. German whist or Norwegian whist. But we could not play on Christmas Eve. We could play Christmas Day. It was played right here. I was too young to play. Maybe some of the kids maybe played rook or old maid or something like that.
Yep.
But the adults would play whist here.
So right in here in the living
In this room here.
So we'll try that tonight
Okay.
with cards tonight.
What is that game?
I don't know if I know how to play it. But
Whist.
yeah, I didn't even ever hear of it, to be
It's
honest.
a bidding game somewhat like rook.
I don't even know what
You
that
go
is.
high or low.
Kind of like poker.
Like spades.
Or spades.
Like spades.
Kind of like spades.
Sort of like bridge, maybe a little bit.
Okay. So you might know a little.
I kind of know.
You can find out in a card game book,
Okay.
whist.
Whist.
It was very active years ago. Now, like you say, young people don't know how to
Yeah, I
play
don't-
whist anymore.
I don't even know what that is. I never even heard of it until you said
Yeah.
something about it.
But as far as poker or 21 blackjack, no.
So just probably just the hint of just us saying, do you want to play cards, probably got her wanting to play cards and knock the card on the floor. Because I'm telling you, there's no way to.
It happened.
No connection that I know of.
4 times.
It
not
happened
just once,
literally 4
4
times in a row.
times.
And it happened to Jill once on her camera when she
When
left.
she
Yep.
wasn't there.
Like Jill, the owner of the house now, she left her camera running downstairs, videotaping. Nobody home, nobody down in the house, and the card literally fell off the table right after she left. Anything to do with decks of cards around here, it literally likes to fall on the ground.
No.
No?
There was no card playing in the basement.
Okay. I mean,
It was all
up here.
one of these 2 rooms right here.
Okay. We'll definitely have to try it up here. Because I want to. I think we've been hearing. Before you showed up, we were hearing a lot of voices. And did Minnie have a deep, like a smoky, graspy voice? Or did she have like a young. I don't know. No smoky, graspy.
And as far as
graspy?
an accent, they both spoke German, but with no accent as far as I can recall.
That explains the German words.
They came from, I think you're both maybe born in Germany, maybe. That could be found in, yeah.
So that explains.
But no German accent.
So would they still speak their language where they originated from?
German?
Yeah,
They can speak it, yes.
because I caught a couple words that were German, so that's why I was curious if that would have been Fred and Minnie.
Do you recall the words? How about no, yeah,
Oh no,
yeah.
that's it.
That was,
That's
you don't hear it anymore, but I can still recall some of the German people from the area went, yeah, no.
that's the word too. Oh my God. Wow.
Do you know the meaning of those words?
Yes. Would you?
I don't know what the word but you could, it's just, yes.
It kind of sounds like our modern day F-bomb
Sort of.
Yeah.
at the end of it, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't hear it anymore, but when I remember the,
Different society now.
Yeah.
Like they said it a lot.
the
Wow. Okay, so I probably was in possible communication with either Fred or Minnie at that one point.
yes.
Yay! Love it. You're a character. I love
And
that.
I don't think the Norwegians had that, it's just the German. It's about 50-50.
Okay.
Norwegian and German in this area. Oh, I see what you mean.
Now watch.
And the card literally
Fell off, yes.
just fell off the table. And we were literally right in the basement.
So
See, with spirits, they can go pretty much anywhere in the house if they want to. And if they are tied to a particular game, and if they see cards or hear cards anywhere, they can literally go anywhere in the home.
On this whist, we were down 13 cards. You had a partner. So four people. And if you wanted to go high, you wanted to take tricks. You had to take 4 tricks.
That sounds like
To go
spades.
high, you put a black card down. And if you wanted to go low, you put a red card. And it went around the table. And the dealer and whoever turned up a high card, high was the game. You had to take 4 tricks, 5 tricks.
Oh, sounds like a game I could get into.
And low, you didn't want to take any tricks. Ace is high.
It sounds just like spades, like the modern day
kinda like
spades that we
spades.
have now. It's the same thing. You don't want no sandbags. You don't want no tricks, or you don't want no.
Yeah, there's
Cards.
another game similar, 13 or whatever it's called.
My
But
family
who
always
wished?
played card. I was the one that never played,
So that explains a lot with the cards here.
but Dave likes to play.
So that was
If everybody turned up a red card, it would you didn't want if they didn't want any. But as a rule, it was always going high.
I always go high.
And you went up to maybe 54, maybe that was game.
Sounds just.
24 maybe was game.
Oh my God! It sounds just like spades.
Almost, yep.
Like what?
It's spades.
Spades?
Yeah, there's.
Oh yeah, someone like spades.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so I know how to play spades.
Yes.
I can probably. We could probably do something like that, similar.
Yep.
Because I kind of want to.
She would get
And
it.
And that was Minnie's thing, right?
Spades and clubs or hearts. Hearts is about the same as spades.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Minnie's game, or was that Fred and Minnie's game?
Or grandma.
Which was the game here?
Okay. Grandma.
The grandma?
Is
Yeah,
that
his grandma.
His
So
grandma.
Minnie.
My grandmother,
So
yes.
Minnie,
which is Minnie?
which is Minnie.
Minnie.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure that's the okay. All right. So Minnie. So that was both of their games that they played.
Yes.
Okay.
Minnie would rather play than Fred, if I recall right.
Did Fred
My
play?
dad and a couple of uncles, and I don't. Well, we were too young to play.
Okay.
I was.
Did Fred play any card games or anything like that, or did he do any?
I think he did read.
He was more of a reader. Read books. Okay. That explains probably why they left books here, to kind of resemble.
Okay.
Trying to, give the peace back in the house again, the way it used to be like. So with growing up, when you were here, I'm guessing Fred worked a lot?
Yes.
He always was gone all the time? Or was
He
he?
lived here, yeah. To the store.
Okay.
He worked in the store, and then my grandfather, my dad, and my uncle owned the store. The three.
Okay, so it was a 3-generation store. Wow. That's a lot of
It
history.
was a small town general store. We had a locker plant, dry goods, men's clothing, and
Oh, man. Is there anything that was salvaged from that store that's still around that is from that same era? Because there's a lot of antiques in this house. Yeah.
and not from the Eckharts.
Okay.
No, there's nothing here.
Nothing at all.
That was all sold at an auction in 58 or 9 when I was in the Army.
So all the stuff here now is from other people.
It's not,
Not
there's
related.
no Eckhart,
Relation.
and I think the attic was stripped too.
Okay.
Hanson, yeah.
Because they have those on top of the piano over there. They had these very old containers that looked like from back
I
in the day.
saw them, yeah, no. they're-
Okay. So that's why I was curious. That's why I was bringing up
No.
those or the kitchen. Okay. So none of those. Let's see. What was your occupation growing up?
I had a couple sales jobs, and then I retired from the state of Minnesota Grain Inspection, Agriculture Department. They retired me because our department went out of business.
Oh,
I was
so
in New Ulm Mankato for a number of years.
oh, I know where Mankato is.
Mhm.
That's really far south.
And then our department went out of business there. And then I bumped a guy out of Montevideo. So I worked out of Boyd here for a number of years, loading grain
Like,
into rail cars. A pretty big area here.
I'm guessing that's
Marshall, Madison, Montevideo, Clarkfield, Cottonwood, Handy
That's-
Falls,
holy moly.
loaded unit trains, beans and corn. And I got a sample of the grain for the Minnesota inspection.
Okay. What was the rate of payback then? Doing that kind of
Well,
stuff.
when I retired they retired me, they went out of business in, I think I was making around $20 an hour. Maybe started out at 14 in 80, no, started out in 60. 71, I think I would started in Mankato.
Wow.
We made good money.
You wouldn't make that
We
nowadays.
didn't get rich, and it was very good,
But for back then, that was
insurance and all that bit. But I didn't, have you ever heard of the rule of 90? Retirement. If you've been with your age and the number of years you had been with the state of Minnesota, if it came up to 90, you retired with very good benefits. Well, they retired me, ended up with 85, and all I get is good retirement, but no benefits.
Oh, crap.
I'd have gotten health and dental and all that. But that's no more. Your young people would ask some older state person about the rule of 90. They'll
Rule
clue
of
you
90.
in on that. It went out about 10, 15 years ago.
Oh. So it was pretty much good pay, but I'm guessing
Yes.
with all the different types of bills, but they were all probably lower than we have now.
Nobody got rich, but we had good. It was a good job.
So like with the transportation and stuff, what was like the gas?
I had
rate?
I was furnished with a van.
Oh, so you get okay.
Mhm.
So, wow.
I was paid from the time I left the house until I got back again. Sometimes I'd be gone all day long.
Oh,
I know once, New Year's Eve, I ended up in Clarkfield by 8 o'clock in the morning. Worked there all New Year's Eve, didn't get back to Boyd until about noon, New Year's Day.
holy moly.
They broke down, so I had to stay there. I
Oh.
slept on the floor of the elevator sometimes. That bit. There's a lot of overtime New Year's Eve.
Cha-ching.
Did you? I'm guessing you went to the high school here.
Yes.
What's with the story with the high school? Is there?
The first graduating class here was maybe in early 20s. And then the high school, the last graduating class was 69. And they merged with Dawson.
Dawson High School.
Mhm.
So that's why Boyd don't have their own police department because it's technically
We were
Boyd
Dawson. We had our own, then had the Clarkfield Police Department. Now we're Dawson Boyd Police Department.
Okay, so Boyd did have their own
Yes.
stuff at one point, but with it being such a small town,
It just got prohibited for cost.
so now they just if you need assistance, they just got to drive 5 miles out.
9, 12 to
9, 12.
Dawson, yeah. Then we were just a small school. Like maybe the biggest class was maybe 22.
Oh, I would have rather had that.
And my class was only 11, and we were one of the smallest.
I would have rather been in that class.
Okay.
I don't really like a lot of people. I kind of like being with only a group like this. It's relaxed. It's not so too many people.
I can tell you what these schools around here. Clarkville over here was graduating at 40 to 60, and now the school is gone. It's a big hole. Knocked the school down. They merged with Granite Falls. 40 to 60 people, kids. And okay, like Palm Valley over here, there were 7 high schools. Now it's 1. Madison, Marietta, Appleton, Milan, Corral, Holloway, and Bellingham. 1 high school now. And they're graduating less students than Madison in its heyday. And Madison maybe graduated 60 at one time.
Ooh.
Montevideo was the biggest school in our district, 11 years ago.
So I'm guessing they didn't have any plans of doing anything with the high school, or are they planning on fixing it?
It's for sale.
How much is it? Probably not.
You can buy it for $1, I think.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but
Check with Stephanie Pawson that you talked to today.
I'll buy it for $1 and take everything, or just knock it down. Well, try to.
It's roof escape.
Oh, well, knock it down and just open it up into a big park for
Well,
the park for people around here.
it's for sale.
I don't know if there's much kids around here, but
Then you'll have to pay
Cost.
for the demolition, you'll have to pay for the removal, you'll have to pay for,
I just can't believe they would sell for $1.
because
What?
it's gonna cost you all of that money to get rid of that pumpkin pie.
Well, then why didn't you just give it away for free?
It's condemned. That's pretty much $1, it's pretty much
Oh,
free.
well.
To make a legal transaction, I think it has to be
It has to
about
be
$1.
Yeah,
Oh,
legal.
wow.
Yeah, legal.
Okay, so that explains it.
You talk to her, she will give you the
She'll give it to you.
line number.
I mean, she'll probably end up just giving it to me because I talk to her a lot.
Okay.
We
You
don't,
have to give her
David,
$1.
We don't want to.
No, I would rather have it in, if it was still tacked up together, I would take it.
Then it wouldn't be $1.
The grade school hung on for several more years, but then that enrollment got too small. They all go to Dawson now.
So it got too small, and then they
Yeah.
pretty much just
Just
left
good.
it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it's a lot of history because we walked around that area. We just looked around. It looked like they had like an auto mechanic shop in the back with all those bikes in the back.
That was a grade school, and the fellow bought it, and he just stored some motorcycles in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it
He
wasn't
owns
nothing.
that, yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't like what we expected.
No.
So it was I thought it was just like a high school, but I didn't know it was a grade
Yeah,
school.
that was a grade school, and like home ec was in there, and the shop was in that white brick building right next to it.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yep.
That was the shop.
So that was the high school shop for.
That was the high school shop, yes.
So like the woodworking, working
Yes.
on cars, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's cool. I like that. I like the history about. I love the history of this town. There's a lot of history in this town, and you know a lot about it.
Well, and the boy just started it.
So I guess I have a question.
Yes.
You guys have the sirens that go around?
Oh yeah.
Like, is it like 6 p.m. and 10 p.m.?
Yes.
So how long has that been going on for?
Ever since I can remember.
And why?
Do you know why they do the 3 sirens at night? It's 6, 10, and midnight.
Tradition.
Oh, it's a tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Supper
Well,
time.
for one thing, the kids are supposed to be home at 9 o'clock, and 12 o'clock dinner time, and 6 o'clock supper time. Other towns around here do that too, and it was also the fire siren too. But now they have their own
It was 6
beepers,
o'clock it went off.
cell phones.
Oh, okay. So that makes
It's like a
sense.
cell phone.
So the
It's like
those
6 o'clock.
those sirens are pretty much like at that time letting the parents know, oh, your kids are almost home.
Yeah.
Your kids are on their way.
Right.
So you better
Yeah.
get ready to watch for the bus or something too.
If they, I was in the fire department. If there was a fire, it would go up and down about 5-6 times, and the fire hall was right over here at one time.
Oh, yep. They said if we
Yeah.
in their directions
It's
to
now
come
it's a
here.
pump
Yeah.
house. Fire, the building is gone. Not the high school gym here is the fire department now.
That's what it was. Was I right? I said it was a gym probably at one point. I said it was a gym. I knew it. And
Yeah.
so it was a disconnected gym. So what was the building that was behind by the gym? That was behind the school, but
That was the old wooden building at one time. I can show you pictures of that.
Okay, so there's a lot of
Mhm.
things that you'll have. Perfect. So which church was it? The oldest one that's in town here? The one that's down here, or is it the one that's actually right down the street? Because there was a church that Fred went to.
No, they went out in the country.
Oh, that.
Out in the country.
Where
There were the cemeteries that I told you about.
Okay, so that's
That'd
the church.
be what we call that Tyro Township.
Okay, so we'll have to
Mhm.
look that up and try to get that area because I
It was
want
a
to.
German Wisconsin Synod Lutheran Church.
Okay, that's what it was.
We take 5 to 67 to see the cemetery.
Do you take 5 to 67 to get to the cemetery?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll probably do that on the way out tomorrow when we leave,
Mhm.
just to go say
Go
goodbye.
south to Highway 67, be St. John's Church, Tyro Township.
Tyrell Township.
And further west would be another church, Umro Township.
So they went to the one that's literally on
Went to the one where the cemetery is. You go west 3-4 miles, you can see the church, say 1 o'clock, mile off the road, or mile off the Blacktop Road.
Okay.
Be a gravel township road.
Do they still?
You turn that hog barn. There's still service there yet.
Oh, they still do service? Wow. That's a long run
But there
church.
again, that all these churches, the congregations are way down. People are gone, and young people don't go to church anymore.
It's not like it used to be where
Right.
families all went on Sunday or
Yes.
Saturday for the Sabbath and stuff like that. See, I used to go to church, but then I can't find the right one anymore.
See, that's it.
I gotta find the right church for me.
There's enough of them.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them. So obviously we asked all of the questions that we've been wondering.
Yes.
So would you like to go through your picture?
Okay. Well, it's that you almost have to sit here with me. Okay, I brought something for you here. Yeah.
And no, it was none of us breathing.
Here
Oh.
I brought some of Fred Eckhardt's tokens, trade tokens.
Oh.
Okay, these came from the general store.
Wow.
You can have all those. Some keep some. Here's my business card.
Oh, I appreciate this. Thank you.
See, a farmer would come to town with his cream or butter or eggs, and the store would give these a token for that he bought the cream and butter and eggs, and they could trade this in for to buy merchandise in the store.
That
The farmer could maybe take cash, but if he took these, he'd maybe get 2, 3, 4, 5% more than cash.
Oh, that is so cool. These are like,
Thank you.
yes, thank you. These
Yeah,
are like
you can
literally.
have them, or I had a shoebox full at one time, and I was selling for $5, $10, $15, $20, but the supply was more than demand, so now I'm giving them away.
This is awesome history.
Yeah, these are like
I think
something
there's-
that nobody will ever probably get to see again, to be honest. Unless
Well, I collect them.
with you being around, I mean, you
These
do.
are all Boyd trade tokens right here. Business places in Boyd.
So all the different stores at the
Mhm.
time. Wow. So they did by tokens.
Yep.
It's like they had their own money.
They had their own.
Yeah. It wasn't, well, there's
It's not
still,
real value, but
it's
to
called
the
trade
person.
tokens, yes. Where's the front? Yeah.
Oh. Is this the other one?
Yep.
Oh, this is a 50 cent for
50
50-cent merchandise.
I think there's $1, 50, 25,
I got $1.
I got the
dime,
50.
and a nickel maybe, or a dime.
Oh, that is so cool.
This is some business places in Boyd. This is bands. Boyd maybe had 4 bands at one time.
Yes, there's a band
There's
that
that,
Mhm.
the one with the clown. There's
Clown
It's
band.
right here.
It was a clown band, the city band, a Boy Scout band, and a girls band.
Oh, see,
Boyd Clown Band.
and they had the clown band here at the house. In the photos, it looked like.
But nobody except my dad played in the city band. But I don't think they ever practiced here or anything like that, as far as I know. Let's see what's going on.
These look like postcards. Yeah, these are old postcards.
See, I'm trying to get a postcard from every town in Minnesota and every town in South Dakota. And you mentioned a Sandy. Might have a Sandy card. Yeah. Here's more bands.
Wow.
Here's Boy Does Celebration. Here's merry-go-round there. Here's a band. My dad is there someplace. Here's a baseball team. Another band.
This is definitely history.
Here's a flood in Boyd.
Oh, there's
Another
a
flood. Drugstore. There's the depot. Band went to the depot. Depot. Here's the town. See, here's those 2 flour mills that I said burned down.
Yep, those are the ones.
They were right across from the depot. Boyd had a round elevator at one time.
Wow.
Here's the train in the flood. Here's the flood.
Wow. The flood literally wiped out.
I've been about 1919 maybe.
And do you know how it all become a flood? I mean,
There was a heavy rain, and we get water. Water came through here from South Dakota.
Whoa.
It went overland. It was supposed to go through Dawson in the river, but it came overland and came through Boyd, and Boyd flooded.
Oh, wow. That's not good for Boyd.
There's more water. I've seen water running down the street out in front of here. Ran east. Maybe, I don't know, 6 inches deep. There's more Boyd. There's Boyd. Here's the city hall that was a fire, and
that's the one that's.
There's the one that's there now. It's been remodeled a couple times.
Oh, yep.
We used to call them multi-views. Here's some houses in Boyd. I do not have a postcard of this house, though. Other houses. There's a flood there.
Well, I might not be able to get you a old time looking photo of Boyd house, but I can get you a photo and make you a postcard. So you have a postcard in your folder for you. Because we have good photos of the house.
Okay, here's churches. There's some kids. This church here burned down in town.
That looked like the one that was down there.
Okay, here's the one.
So how does it feel being a historian to get to hold old articles?
Well, I have quite a lot of stuff at home at Boyd.
Is it actually a hobby, or are you actually?
It's a hobby.
Oh, it's a hobby, so you're not like
it's
the
a
actual
hobby.
historian. Okay.
See, here's the schoolhouse.
Oh, yeah.
This is school kids right here. Here's an add-on. That's what it was in back then. Oh, that was the old building.
That's the high school right there in the
This
top
is what's
left corner,
presently
guys.
standing.
Wow. And that's what the back building that we were trying to figure out what it was.
So do you get a lot of donations from other people in the town? That
Nobody wants to give me anything.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's flood here. Building the church.
Yeah, that's a pretty nasty flood. Holy moly.
Now, I think this was taken in this yard right here. This one here.
1920s. It looked like.
Right there. I think that could have been my grandfather's car. I'm not sure.
Oh, that would be so cool, man. Having a car like that back in the day. I don't know. People said it would kind of suck to have a car like that, but.
Okay, here's this house here. I think that's the front. Yeah, that's the front of this house.
Oh.
Sweet.
See, there's that window that would have been here.
Right there.
Yep, that's exactly. And by any chance, do you know who's in
Let's
front?
see. A couple of my odds.
Oh, that's.
That could be the house across the street. But this is the front of this house.
See, that's. So if you guys can see that, that's the front of the house that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool. And they actually use really small pictures.
Okay. This could be taken in the street just east of this. That one there, the flood. Okay, these two pictures are here are in the yard. The flood.
Where is the yard of this house?
Yes.
Oh, so like literally over.
A little bit to the east.
So that way. Oh.
I think that's looking east.
Oh.
This one is too looking east.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
I could be wrong. Anyway, it's the Boyd flood anyway.
I mean, I didn't even know that Boyd had a flood.
Oh, we've had 3-4 of them. Railroad track over here and wash out. Train good and couldn't go for several days. There's one I'm looking for the back. Yeah, here's the lumberyard flood. Lumberyard, neighbor's house. What, I'm a bunch of relatives standing on the back step here. What happened to that one?
Oh, the back side of the house?
Yeah, back side of the house, backyard is flooded.
Oh,
I don't see that one. Must have disappeared. Here it is.
whoa.
Yeah, there's the back.
That's the porch that used to be up on top.
Yes.
It's just like a little wired porch, like a metal porch.
There. That's the back. That's the back of the house.
This is the back side of the
Yes.
house, guys.
Be the south side. Flood of 1919, possibly.
God, that's a.
You got it?
Yep, that's a beautiful. Wow. They didn't. That
See,
staircase looked
there's
different
3,
too.
4 ladies standing there. That could be some of my aunts. And maybe my grandmother too.
I see how they had that porch at the time. It was an enclosed back porch on the
Yeah,
back side.
you can. Yeah,
Back door.
that's the one. Yes. Is anything? Yeah. I'll go through this again here. Okay. Let's see, that's not the one. But that one of the Boyd girls and their dolls. I do not have it, but I've seen that before. I don't know where. Okay. That's the lumberyard. That's the railroad track. The railroad track is flooded. No, I've been in 48 states and Canada buying postcards of Minnesota. My sister and brother-in-law collect the Halloween cards. and they have the best collection of Halloween cards in the United States.
That's a really good honor to
And
have.
well, we haven't had. I belong to Postcard Club, and we haven't had a postcard buying and selling because of the virus right now. But I belong to Twin Cities Postcard Club, and we have postcard shows in Edina at the Bloomington, at the Civic Building in Bloomington, Armory there in Bloomington. And there's also one in Egan too.
See, now there's a lot of his.
Right next to where I live.
Oh, where you live?
So, yeah.
Oh, he's okay.
In Community Center in Egan, there's a big show there in August,
Oh, okay.
postcard show. That
See.
way. Any other questions?
Does anybody else have
I'm in
any
no
questions?
hurry.
Before we go, guys, before we let him go, does anybody on our fans have any questions you would like to ask Mr. Fred Eckhardt III that is with us tonight at the Boyd house where his grandfather and grandmother grew up and lived and actually pretty much built the house and bought the land? If you have any questions, please type it in the comments. We'll give you guys a few minutes if any questions. If not, we thank you so much for coming out tonight, and we hope that we get to see you again soon because we want to come back out in May and do a documentary, and maybe
Okay.
if you would like to be part of that documentary as
If I'm
well.
around, yes.
Yes, because tomorrow's never promised. I agree with him on that.
Do you have a card? Business card? See who you people are?
Yes, I do.
I'm bad at remembering names. And I gave you my card.
Yes, I got that one. Here we go. That's actually our
Okay.
direct line, email, phone, Facebook, if you have a Facebook account or not. That's the easiest way to get a hold of us.
Okay.
We travel everywhere, and it's a really good opportunity to be able to do this kind of stuff because we get to interact with the unliving that still should be respected and still should get some, company.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm actually, as a full-time, besides doing paranormal hunting, I'm also a salt truck driver
Okay.
and a landscaping and lawn care lead.
Okay.
So that's what I do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
She does the same stuff as me, so we work together. Susie, I'll let you explain.
I have a little mom and pop restaurant.
Pardon?
A little mom and pop restaurant
Okay. Where?
in Rosemount.
Rosemount. Okay. That's not a very good business now.
Yeah, she's like, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
11 years. We just celebrated 11 years in November.
Yeah. What can you do?
Just pray that we keep
One up here is losing money.
It's crazy. It is like,
Yeah. They don't know what to do.
make sure they get their PPP loan.
We had three restaurants in Boyd at one time, 3 beer joints, 3 grocery stores, 2 hardware stores. We had almost 600 people at one time. Now we don't even have 200.
Yeah, I grew up in.
That's like the city I used to live in. Population of no more than 100 people.
What town?
Graston, Minnesota.
Grafton?
Graston.
Grafton.
Yep, I used
Yeah,
to
I
live
remember
up there.
Grafton. Might have a postcard or two from Grafton.
Oh, that's my hometown.
Mhm.
So, I'm glad that he knows where I used to.
I'm from Worthington originally.
Where?
Worthington?
Worthington.
Yeah.
I have about 10 Worthington cards.
Yeah. So I grew up in Round Lake. Is where
Round Lake,
where I
Round
was.
Lake, Brewster,
Yep.
Okabena.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was the last Round Lake graduating class.
Okay.
They combined Sioux Valley, Round Lake,
Mm-hmm.
Brewster. Now it's Sioux Valley, Round Lake, Brewster,
Yeah.
Huron Lake, Okabena.
Okay.
And then if they don't want to do that, and then they added Lake Park, Iowa.
Oh, Lake Park? Okay.
So now Lake Park can join
Is that right?
Minnesota too.
There's a fellow in town here from Lakefield.
Okay, yep. That's part of it too, I think. Lakefield,
He knows a lot of people in the area. His family lived on the lake, on the east side of the lake.
So they're probably at Brewster or Worthington.
Okay. I think it would school Lakefield.
They did, but I don't think they do it anymore.
Thimblets is the name.
Okay.
Oh, we do have one question from one of the fans. Do you get interviewed a lot by paranormal teams that come here?
First time.
First time? You heard it, folks. Paranormal investigators in northern Minnesota got the first chance to speak with a descendant from Fred Eckhardt and Minnie Eckhardt. And Jilly England Paranormal says, just tell him thank you
Okay.
for being here tonight with us. And we don't have any other further questions. So we want to thank you so much for coming out tonight, and we really appreciate you coming and giving us a gift. We really appreciate it.
A couple weeks ago, I had a nice talk with a fellow from Princeton that was here. Okay.
And we will keep you posted on
Yeah.
once we do